Hey, my name's Costa. This is my TEDNYC audition. And it's a small bit from something that's not really fully formed. So I'd love help with this talk. But I have a story, and I think there's something in this story that people need to hear, and that people will connect with in a deep emotional way. So I'd like to share that story. It was a cold morning, and I'm walking down the street in Astoria, and I hop on the subway station, and it's one of those above ground stations that you get in Queens or Brooklyn, so the train's like elevated above the street. And I run up the stairs, swipe my card, hop on the train, and it's the last stop, so the train's kind of resting. I get on the train, I take out my phone, and visibly, move my thumbs up and down. And then after a few minutes, the train takes off, and we go down. There are a few people on the train besides me, but there are still seats available. And we get to the next stop, and a woman comes on the train. She's a full-figured black woman, big chubby cheeks, straightened hair, and tears streaming down her face. She's crying, and she's crying audibly. She hops on, and a quiet sort of sweeps across the subway. Everyone notices, and she sits down in the corner seat. I'm sitting diagonally across the little aisle. And then people kind of resume their conversations and go back to their thing. And part of me just wanted to go hold this woman's hand. Because what else do you need in that kind of moment of pain besides someone to hold your hand and tell you it's going to be okay? And I couldn't do it. And I sat there wrestling in my head, having a conversation with myself. Okay, so if this is what this woman needs, then get up and go hold her hand. And, I'd reply to myself inside my head, well, what if that's not what she wants? And I go, well, that's not about her, that's about you. If she doesn't want it, she'll say no, and you'll go away. And I was going, well, what about the other people on the train? I don't want to cause a scene. And, well, that's about you again. That's more ego. And so I had this big back and forth in my head. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't get up and go over and perform this small act of kindness. And then I kind of hacked my brain. I looked at the girl sitting across from me, and I said, excuse me. She said, yeah. And I said, do you have any napkins or tissues? And she said, yeah. She reached down into her bag and grabbed 2 plain white napkins and handed them to me. And I took them, I got up, I walked across the subway car and squatted down next to the woman who was crying. Put my hand on her leg. She looked at me. I gave her napkins, and I said, can I hold your hand? She said, yeah. And she held my hand, and we just sat there for a couple of subway stops, just holding her hand. And I think we exchanged some words. I think I said, life hurts sometimes. She said, yeah. And I said, it's going to be okay. And she said, thank you. And she stopped crying. And after a few more stops, I got up and sat back down. And that little tiny random act of kindness would not have happened if I couldn't step outside my comfort zone, if I couldn't ask for napkins to get help for someone else, if I couldn't put my ego aside. And so I don't know exactly what this talk is going to be. Is it going to be about getting over your ego, or is it going to be about exiting your comfort zone, or is it going to be about random act of kindness and the power that they have? So I need help crafting that, but I do think there's something in this message, this random act of kindness, in the almost kind of autopilot of your day-to-day, that I think is unique and powerful, and we could definitely communicate in under 6 minutes. So I hope to present. Let me know what you think. Thanks so much.